I rate that one a star, David, out of 10. I rate that one a crying, laughing emoji out of 10. I rate that one emoji balls out of 10 for sure. I rate that one a sad react out of 10.
Or like,
you know what? Let me fucking give this Netplay code a real eggplant.
No,
real
stop it. Why is the star of David a react? That seems irresponsible.
Just infinite stars of David.
No one on Discord is going to use that sincerely. Nobody is going to say, "Oh yeah, that really makes me feel like at one with like Jewish religion."
It's like a gathering of the Hezekiah's Discord, and they all just Star of David react everything.
Like, hey, what's up, everybody? Just like hella Star of David react. I feel you. Okay, we have to do this. Let's do the video game time.
Take us off, Anthony.
I mean, do we have to?
No, we don't. We don't have to do anything.
Welcome back to the Bad Podcast.
Yeah, we're here at the Bad Melee Team House, generously paid for by Pepis.
It's because I remember I was re-listening to all the old podcasts with Griffin on them, and I remember you guys talking about Eichelman and how he looks like a perpetually sad dog.
Mm-hmm. It's him.
This was the first thing that came
What's
to my
his
mind.
name? Yeah, Droopy, right?
His name is literally Droopy.
Like he actually talks like that.
That was so good.
And I paused it on the Kyle Applequist reel of Eichelman's face when he's sitting there beating Keo, and that's what it reminded me of. So that was a very convoluted, roundabout way to get to Droopy the dog. But anyways, welcome to the Bad Melee Podcast. So yeah, here we are, just with each other, not in body, but in mind. Oh yeah.
Is that your passive aggressive way of saying you're mad at me for not coming?
Neeper bailed 2 weeks in a row.
He's like, oh shit, it's Tuesday? Fuck. It's like, how do you live your life, dude? Aren't you in school?
I was fucking thinking of no. Tuesday being like, oh, it's podcast night.
Right.
I was thinking about it like all week.
No, I get it.
Tuesday.
You just fucked up.
I just finally got around to the day and it's like, oh shit, I gotta do that today.
That's all right. I know it's fine.
Plus, I just didn't eat.
Well, that's not my problem. You come here starving, or you get fired from the Pepis house, and you don't get access anymore.
Then I get the top bunk.
Yeah.
in the 4-bedroom apartment, you guys have to share the same room.
The other rooms are all shared.
The other ones are stocked full of Pepis.
One is just a Pepis cooler. The other one's like a CRT fucking safe.
Yeah, it's where they try to cut down on cost by not having a warehouse. So we just ship all the Pepis you ever buy. It comes out of our apartment. So, lovingly from us. So you're welcome for one.
Yeah, there's always trucks shipping in and out of here. It's actually really loud and annoying. It sucks.
I keep waiting for like the Pepis joke. That's been like kind of the running gag for like the last month or so.
Did you just call Pepis a joke?
No, not the joke. Just the relevancy of Pepis. Like, it never ceases to amaze me that it's not wearing off anytime soon. It's
truly something that unifies everyone. I mean,
so that's why it's so perfect that Melee players are Pepis, because Melee is forever. Just like Pepis.
Wow. Put that on an ad campaign. You're hired. You're hired at my ad agency.
I've been hearing this question more and more recently, and I'm going to bring it up because you just said Melee is forever. When do you think like the realistic lifespan of Melee is? Like, when do you think it's going to end?
I thought about that a lot too. Like 2 years ago, I thought it was going to die in like a year. I was like, this is it. We got to get all the time in we can. It's like grandma's in the hospital. Like, we got to make the most of it, boys. But here we are.
I think as far as like years of growth are concerned, I think it's got maybe another 3 to 5 years of like continual growth, like the way that it has been, where the tournaments are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. And then after that, maybe another 5 of longevity, and then it just kind of like fizzles out.
That'd be so weird.
But I still think that's pretty optimistic for,
I think so too. But it's also weird to think of it not being around, because I don't know. Old school people know that feeling.
Everyone always talks about Melee as the game that you just can't quit. And like, even when you do quit, everyone expects you to come back because it's just that good.
Right. Like, oh yeah, he'll be back.
To a very large extent, that is just true.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see this game dying. And I don't know if it's a pipe dream or not, but like I feel like it's gonna keep living on for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the way that I see it is like people still play Marvel. Like Marvel's still at tournaments, and that game is long considered like dead by a majority of the community.
Talking about Marvel
And I
3?
think, yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Okay.
And so like the diehard players still enter, like Filipino Champ, he's like the best player in America. Chris G is another one, and they still like enter every single tournament in Marvel 3. Probably because it's money for them, but those tournaments still see like hundreds of entrants, which is crazy to me.
Right.
Because if you would have told a person like 6-7 years ago that Melee would be having a 500 entrant tournament, they'd all lose their fucking minds.
The documentary saved fucking Melee, as like lame as it is, or as lame as what it represented eventually. The documentary literally like saved the game, in my opinion.
There was a point in time where I watched the documentary like once every couple months just to remind myself how much I love Melee. It was actually kind of
Me too.
crazy.
Like it's embarrassing, but me too.
It's so long, but it's so like
You watch your favorite
so good.
episode, and you watch
So
fucking,
fucking good.
and it unifies everybody, and you got it's fucking.
I used to work at like a phone dealer, like a T-Mobile, and whenever it was dead, we would just be like on the computers, just like fucking jerking each other off and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But whenever no one was in there, we were allowed to do whatever. So I would just go on like Reddit and stuff. Like my boss would look up Netflix, just watch movies. It was honestly like the most laid back
Sounds
job
like
I've
a
ever had.
sick ass job. That's what it sounds like.
But
What
there
I
was-
actually do. But for,
But
for a
there were
lot more money.
times where I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw the dock on and like all I have to do is watch this twice. and
Dock and
shift's over.
chill, my dude.
And it's like I used it as like a unit of time. I was like, the Ken episode, we're drawing close to fucking lunchtime.
God.
Pretty cool.
yeah. When I was working like shitty jobs back then, I would always use the stupidest like measures of time just to try and get through the day.
Example? You can't just leave us on a
Damn it,
cliffhanger.
I'm trying to think.
Come on.
Well, it's like
You set us up, dude. You gotta knock them down. Let's ride.
Yeah, next time on Bad Melee.
No, I know what you mean.
Please subscribe, and you'll find out.
It's kind of like when you work a shitty job, you do this weird rationalization in your head when you're always looking at the clock, right? You're like, you get there at like 9 o'clock, and then it's like 10. You're like, wow, 10's really close to 11. And, 11's really close to lunch. And you're like, well, lunch is halfway through the day, and you like try to keep this mirage of like optimism going until like
I know
you leave.
Yeah, that's how it is now for me at work. I'm at work and I'm like, 1/8 of my shift is over, and then it's like 2/8 of my shift.
Oh yeah,
That's
you start cutting the fractions, or like I cut the fractions down. I'm like 1/8, okay, 1/4.
I don't count
1/2
3/8
next. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't count 3/8. Fuck 3/8.
Yeah. But I think 11 o'clock is a very magical hour for like a normal working person because it's only an hour till lunch. You can make an hour. You can do it, right? You feel like
not when you
renewed.
don't eat breakfast.
Yeah, and then once lunch is over, you're pretty much a new person.
Yeah, it's like
you're all
you
refreshed.
started
It's like you're not
again.
even- It's like you didn't work the first 4 hours of the day.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, our lives are miserable.
This is all we have to look forward to, and
This
Nieper
is what
can't
we
even make it on
fucking
time,
deserve.
dude.
Yeah, Nieper doesn't have to deal with this, and he can't even get here. Wow. Just wow. You know what? You're fired from the house for a week. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
That really
What's first on the docket? Anthony? Give us the first item on the docket.
felt genuine and painful, and it pierced into my heart.
What was it? What was the tournament? Ultimate Gaming Championship? Very clever name.
I literally did not know what UGC stood for.
That's
until you
so
messaged the
fucking
group chat.
lame.
for a tournament that happened in St. Louis. It's I guess considered a major because like a bunch of people went and the gods went. And yeah, so Mike Hayes is now the best player in California.
I feel like that name was literally put there to try to be sponsored by Doritos, and it just didn't work.
Are you talking about UGC?
Yeah, UGC.
Oh, okay.
Ultimate Gaming, sponsored by fucking Taco Bell and Big Lots.
It's literally
That's it.
like the most generic name you could possibly come up with for a thing.
Besides MLG, but MLG was cool because they were the first of its kind.
That's
Major
true.
League Gaming.
That's
Whoa.
true. And it was like a spin on something that was already established. Like, okay,
Yeah.
look, I mean, we can do this exercise. Like, I have a what's a product I have?
Epis.
I know, guys, we can't use Pepis because Pepis is
It's
so
invading
unique.
my everyday life, Anthony. I can't not think about.
All right,
Pepis.
I have an alarm clock. Call it my company, Alarm Clocks Incorporated. It's like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Alarm Clocks Incorporated. Mike Hayes, the next big sponsorship.
Mike just serves up in a commercial. Hey, what's up? I'm pro gamer Mike Hayes. When I need to get up for a tournament, I use Alarm Clock version 1 by Alarm Clocks Incorporated. When I need to wake up for the Ultimate Gaming Championship for gamers, it's a championship and it's ultimate. Just buy it. Okay, thanks. Bye. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Mike beat Mango. I didn't watch that set. Was it bad?
I didn't.
It was 3-1. It was 3-1, and Game 4 was on Dreamland. It was like last stock on both of them, but it was 3-1. There's
3-1. That's how it happened.
No fucking pussyfooting about it. So
it's kind of crazy just seeing like the practice just catch up to him.
Did you guys see
Mega not going to anything?
That's true. And Mike going to a lot more stuff, especially because he got sponsored. He's been traveling a lot more. I haven't seen him at a local in like forever, which is good for him. Did you guys see Fendrick Lamar like getting pissed off on the stage? Did you notice that?
Yeah. Like apparently the microphone wasn't going to the crowd or something. He yelled
like,
at the camera as if it was some fixing.
Getting all mad. It's like, bro,
it's not going to the audience. Jesus Christ! And then it's like, this truly is the Ultimate Gaming Championship.
He was so angry, dude, and it was really I would have paid a Twitch subscription to watch like Fendrick just like bitch on stage for like an hour.
It was, I don't know, one of the few times that you don't see a fabricated personality come out of that guy. So it was a nice change of pace. Welcome back, guys. This is Buck. They just pan over to like the commentators.
It's like Blue's Clues. Like the camera keeps rolling, and he like pulls out a cigarette. And he's just like a fucking goddamn
just fucking ties like
fucking
a tube around his arm, and like as the syringe is being pulled up, it just cuts to the credits. That's like when you see your dad at your mom for the first time. You're like, what is this? This isn't the world I want to live in.
Yeah, dude. I want to see more of that.
Dark Fendi, dude. Dark
Fendi. We need there needs to be like a behind the scenes like footage capture of tournaments.
Where are they now as fucking Fendrick Lamar? That's what I want to see. That's in like 15 years.
In 15 years when he's like what, an accountant somewhere, just like living a normal life.
Manager. He manages a Wells Fargo.
He's an Applebee's shift manager.
All right, Jenny, did you tip him out? And it's just like he's just looking at a picture on his desk from the glory days at UGC.
And it's a screenshot of him just throwing up his hands in frustration at the camera guys. Like, those were the days. They really listened to me.
Like a super shitty screenshot. Like the mouse cursor is still in the way. It's like 180p.
It's like push fucking region capture. Yeah, that's what I want. Like, I hope for Genesis there's more of that. Like, it's funny when it's accidental, but like, it'd be cool if there was just some uncut raw footage of just like, because there's such a shiny veneer of like esports, even though it is like you still have like homemade waffles and stuff there, and it's very still real. But like, I don't know. Okay, for instance, in Genesis 3, the grand finals, TK Breezy was the MC for that tournament. Basically, he was on the stage and he brought up people, and in between matches, even for Melee, and he was great at it. But in between the matches, he was off to the side of the stage, and the very side of it, sitting on a folding chair, just texting. And that was such a funny image. Like,
my thoughts about Fendrick Lamar are the exact same.
He's okay. He's okay. Like Webbs, he's like I don't know.
No,
he's like,
don't even compare the two. Webbs I can tolerate.
Dude, no, Webbs is like a box of crackers. Like, oh yeah, I guess I'll eat that. There's no flavor, but I'm hungry. That's Webbs.
Yeah, he's like the crackers that like you need cheese for, but you just don't have the cheese.
Yeah, so you're like, whatever,
Just me falling for the guise of attractiveness, but I think Webbs is pretty sick. Same with Chroma. People don't like Chroma.
Chroma has more personality though than that.
I feel like I'm biased too because I see Chroma shitpost every day, like of my life. Because I don't know, he probably maybe works the same kind of job I do where he doesn't do anything. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So I can sort of excuse whatever he does because he's so shitposty, which I respect because he does it well. But yeah, I see like Fendrick or like Webbs, and it's like you're just a human existing here. Like that's all. That's how I see them. It's weird. I don't know.
You just so happen to be behind the camera of VGBC streaming.
Yeah, and I happen to be watching it. It's a very emotionless like state of existence when I watch them. It's very fucked up, actually.
To me, it's like, oh, you did well at this one event, or like you did like fine enough, and then they ended up like recruiting them for more and more events because it was a safe pick to have them there.
That's true. Yeah, it's why go with the risky like
Yeah.
new person when that guy is crackers and everyone eats crackers, and even though
Everyone needs water. Yeah, fuck.
let's go, dude. But yeah, what else even happened there? I mean, the finals were cool, but that's kind of boring to talk about, right? Like,
Yeah.
M2K popped off. He actually did a really funny pop off when he beat Hungrybox. He did like a jump up and like typical, and then he kind of stood still like an anime character or like a Final Fantasy animation, and just like put his fists up and then dropped
With
it
one
down.
arm raised.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Just like,
completed the animation.
yeah, like dun, dun, dun,
And then
dun.
I hope someone makes an edit of that where it just like freezes on his arm being raised and then shows all the experience gained from beating Hungry
Yeah,
Box.
I was gonna say that he like earned 2 potions afterwards.
He made a crazy fucking run though. Like he was
Yeah,
not gonna
Yeah, he was
lose
playing really
very
sick,
early.
dude.
I think that if he had beaten Armada in Grand Finals, like not just reset the brag, but just beat him, won the tournament,
That
pretty
would have
much,
been amazing.
it would have
really
been
cool.
probably the greatest losers run of all time.
Yeah. Poor Armada, dude.
But Armada is always in fucking winners finals.
You know why I say poor Armada? Because nobody cares when he wins anymore.
It's
Like
hard
Michael
to
Jordan.
like. It's how do you care? I cannot like
Because that's the
facilitate
thing. Like,
this
if it was
artificial
Mango
emotion
always
without
winning,
caring.
Mango's gonna pull some sick, wild shit, right? But Armada really doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Or it's
You're
like,
also kind of like you're rooting for the struggle. Like Mango really has to struggle to beat Armada.
that's
like
true.
Armada's just
Everyone
playing Armada
does. Yeah.
shit.
It's like human nature to root for the underdog, but like Armada's like a hard favorite to have. He's just he's like a, I don't know. You just have to respect how good he is, but you don't necessarily have to enjoy it. You know what I mean? As a spectator,
Yeah.
I guess. As a player, I enjoy it because it's cool. But I don't know. It's weird.
I completely appreciate him.
Me too.
for
But I
sure.
wish he'd fucking lose once in a while.
Yeah, you made that Twitter post. He's like, for those of you that don't like me winning, I'm gonna go take a break for the rest of the
Yeah,
year.
and it's like it's not quite that. It's just like I don't know. No one wants to hear the same song over and over.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
okay.
know. He should take a break or like sandbag for a while and then like
Yeah,
make
just play
people care
Mario
about
like
him.
Wobbles did at that one Evo. Just let it ride, dude. Let it rock.
No, I don't. Shouldn't make it like on purpose. Make it seem like I'm slumping super hard, and then just come back.
That's
like
even
you're a
worse.
fucking
That's
god.
like
Jesus
a
Christ, yeah.
planned sandbag where he just like conspires to look worse so he can get more love from people. But yeah, I don't know what else happened there. I can't think of anything. If we can't think of anything, it's called Ultimate Gamer Championship, sponsored by Doritos. Pepis wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I'll tell you that much.
Well, Armada dropped a game to Shinobi,
Shinobi.
and Mango also dropped a game to Bobby Frizz. So.
Oh yeah, Shinobi.
Fuck yeah,
My
dude.
friend was describing that match to me and how generic and like 20xx and how correct Shinobi played.
Really
Like it wasn't like good. It was just correct.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
how I feel like Armada plays. you
But
know?
he's also great.
okay. So
Incorrect.
there's
Yeah. Yeah.
levels to that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's weird.
I don't know. I can't elaborate further on
Well,
that.
I think what is, I think at least notable from the outrageously cleverly named and originally named Ultimate Gamers Championship is that this kind of shit is going to keep happening. People are going to keep losing like gods and people that aren't supposed to, and I think that's really cool. I think it should be. It's finally time. I feel like the gods and shit, they just figured something out before everyone else did.
Yeah.
They were just the first to get there. It's not necessarily that they're like born with melee DNA. They just kind of put it together faster.
Well, okay, so I think everyone has that kind of, they can relate to it on their scene at a very smaller, like a much smaller level. Like Jarris. Jarris, for example, does, for those who don't know, SNS, he's like number 3 on our PR in Colorado or something. He's a Luigi player who, if you played him or watched him play, you're like, how the fuck is this guy in winners finals right now? Because he does the most, like, I don't know. It
He's
just looks like
sick,
he doesn't know
dude.
how to play the game. It literally looks like, well, when he's comboing, it looks different. But when he's playing neutral, you're like,
no, his
what
neutral
he
is
doing?
sick. He's so smart, dude. Like,
Yeah, I know, but like it's so far from what people think the neutral is. Where they're like running around like, oh, microspacing, blah blah. He plays Luigi. He literally just wave dashes in and F tilts 3 times in a row, and you get hit by every single one. And you're like, why the fuck is this happening to me right now? And it's like that with the gods. Like you watch Mango do something, you're like, or Armada, you're like, okay, he's just playing like a very,
I can do that.
Optimized
Yeah.
Fox. Yeah, I can short hop double laser. I can up throw up air. And then you try to do it, and you're like, why the fuck isn't it working? Like, I'm doing the exact same thing. My buttons are the exact same on my game.
Exactly. That's why it's actually so hard to like study Mango videos. A lot of Spaceys probably do that. Like you just can't. You're like, what is he doing? How is this working? Like it doesn't compute. It's very strange.
Yeah, I think the best advice I heard was you should not watch the top level of Melee for your nodes. You should watch the people like
Yeah,
at
like
the level
tier
just
2.
above you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can climb that ladder like incrementally. But yeah, the skill gap, I don't know. The skill gap is really, really cool, and it makes Melee a really good game, I think, but it gets fucking old.
It gets fucking old losing all the time, doesn't it,
Yeah,
Neeper? I fucking hate it, dude. It sucks.
Like you don't want to play for 4 years or like and then not even be able to touch the gods, like, right? You want to be able to do something, and like the people are finally getting that taste, and we're seeing it happen.
Yeah. Mike Hayes went
Shinobi.
from having a mullet to beating Mango. And
God
that's
damn,
fuck
go
yeah,
on,
dude,
dude.
right? We all got our mountain to climb. What a legend.
No more beard.
But yeah, what were we gonna talk? MIOM rankings? Do you?
Oh yeah.
So you
That's
got?
like a perfect
do you have like?
transition.
Do you have like opinions? Because I don't really think about it too much these days.
My opinion more so lies on the fact that like some of the lesser known players, like the 70 through 100 or whatever, I feel like a lot of the people filling out their ballots are just looking at names like, yeah, I recognize that one, 70.
Right. Okay. So what is the ballot? I
So the
don't know
ballot-
what it is.
I have the spreadsheet, so I volunteered to do like the Melee on me thing. You did that last year, right,
Yeah.
Anthony?
Yeah.
So you know how they give you your spreadsheet, and they're like, okay, these are all the players up for consideration. And then as the days draw near and near to the end of the year, they're like, okay, this is feasible that this player is not going to make it or whatever. So
Right.
it like narrows down the list. So they do that, and I'm seeing all this shit firsthand for the first time. It's pretty cool, actually. But they send out ballots to like 50 top players from all around the world. Like they have 4 going to Europe, 10 going to SoCal, 10 going to the South, 10 going to the East Coast, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So that it's like as unbiased as possible or whatever. And Chillin' Dude actually put Mafia in like the top 50 players. And he put Crush, who's generally considered much better, not much better, but he's just better than Mafia. They're from the same region. He's number 1 on New England's PR.
Is he
Mafia's, like,
doper than
number 3.
Mafia?
He's definitely doper. A lot of people compare his playstyle to Justin actually to Cyrox.
Oh, okay.
Because they're just both so technical and so fast. It's actually kind of crazy.
That was sarcastic, by the way. I don't know if he's dope or care if he's dope.
Yeah, no one cares if they're dope. And he put him at like 90 or something, like barely scraping like the bottom of the barrel.
Mhm.
And it's just weird to me that the consensus is like, yeah, Mafia is relevant. Like he went to Summit. Like he must be a
Yes.
top 50 player. And it blows my mind that even top players think that.
Yes.
Because me, as low scum who got barely 200, top 200 at Big House, like can recognize like, okay, Mafia is worse than Crush. Crush better than Mafia. Like it's so weird that I can put that 2 and 2 together, but people like Chillin' Dude are allowed to vote, and they're like, Mafia. Yeah, he was there.
You're using
Top 50.
using perceptive rankings for 100 people is
It's
in my
crazy.
it's fucking stupid. It's just stupid.
You know, it's funny. Like that's funny that Chillin would do that because that's usually something that happens like on Reddit or something. Like I remember when I'm Not Yelling happened and MacD was teaming with Leffen a lot. MacD got like a really sick like run or something. Everybody on Reddit was like, "I think MacD's top 10 in the world, guys. I think he's top 10 in the world." It's like, chill the fuck out, dude. It's one tournament. Like they don't understand like I don't know. They don't see the forest for the trees, and it's so weird that Chillin would also do that. Just maybe he's like Chillin is kind of I wouldn't say a grimer, but like he doesn't give a shit about the establishment, which I can respect. Maybe he's just saying like, yeah, Mafia is my friend. Like that's that.
Yeah. And they like fill him out on streams. It's so funny that they're just milking this for all they can. It's like, yeah, 1 sub equals 1 ballot fill out.
Jesus
like, I'll tell you who I
Christ!
think number 30
This
is or
fucking
whatever.
system we've created is so
So sad,
disgusting, dude. Oh my god!
Like for every sub, I'll fill out 1 spot on the ballot or something shitty like that. But okay, everyone, who's number 1 this year?
Armada.
Armada.
Easy.
Oh yeah, it's Armada.
Not even close.
It's Armada and
Okay,
it's
so-
HBox. Straight up.
Armada, HBox, and then okay, this is where things get like hazy. Who's 3? Is it Mango or Leffen? Or is it Mewtwo?
Leffen hasn't
It-
played enough. Straight
Yeah,
up, dude.
I think you just can't give it to Leffen, even though he had a really, 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 really good run at whatever that tournament was.
My heart says Mango, but like my brain says Mewtwo because Mango is not being very consistent, and that's like the name of the game in Melee, even at like the very top of the mountain. And if he's getting 13th place and shit, then and Mewtwo King's not, that's that. You know what I mean? So I'd say
Yeah, I
Mewtwo
think-
King and then Mango.
Yeah, Mango had a big house, but
Oh yeah, I did have Big
King's
House. But...
consistency.
Mango had Big House, he had PAX Arena, he had What the Fox 2 over
No,
Armada.
yeah, I think straight up he has third, like uncontested. I think Mewtwo King is below him. even
Really?
If yes, Mango had a really good year, other than what has recently happened.
Okay.
He was up for contention for number one as well.
Yeah, if he had won UGC, and if he had won whatever the other one is, Dome Park on the Grass.
It
or
was
whatever,
the ultimate gaming competition.
Yeah, he is not the
it was
ultimate
the
gamer.
end all be all. Now
Yeah,
he's
that's the
number
last
three.
Mango.
Every that whole bracket placing, that's the MIOM list
That's-
right there.
You have it all in front of us.
Yeah.
Shinobi is
We
a
don't need all
top
this
player in the
bullshit.
world. Okay,
Don't Park on the Grass still has to happen, by the way.
Melee's
too.
over. It's done.
It's done. The ultimate
We
gamer
found
has been
our rankings.
crowned.
So okay, in your Garrett, I want your opinion first because I value yours more than Anthony's because you're Garrett.
Fair enough.
Give
This is
me
about the Captain Falcon comments earlier.
Dude,
okay that too. Who's
Don't
Falcon is sicker? I just say it on the record. Just have it on record. please.
fine. Whose Falcon is sicker, Neat? Falcon has given you the dick more times than you can count in your life?
You guys know the Constitution? I plead the fifth.
We'll settle this. No, we're going to go to Genesis, and we're just going to beat the shit out of Neeper's Fox, taking turns.
It's just gonna be a rotation of me and Garrett. And even if I win, I'm gonna be like, all right, your turn, Anthony. And just like, have
and he's
at
just
him.
going to, like, want to play, do something else. Like, no.
Someone's gonna walk by. It's like, hey, you guys want to? No, we don't want to play doubles, dude. It's fucking. We're giving Garrett the dick right now.
We're seeing who can fuck him up the most.
We're spit roasting Garrett right now.
People like watching the setup, just throwing ones at it.
Showcase for the people.
They
dude.
got him. They got him again.
It's almost like a fucking one of the side events in Melee where they're just trying to see who can do it better, and it's just like a combo showcase of us on Need vs. Fox.
Yeah, he's like actually trying, like sweating, trying to play. Yeah. So find us at Genesis. We'll be doing that in the friendlies room. But
Okay,
what were we
was this
saying?
thing?
I totally forgot what we were saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Garrett, give me your top 10 for this year. Just right off the bat, first instinct.
Oh, Jesus fucking
Now.
Christ. Okay,
Do it
let me
now.
Armada.
Okay,
One Armada, two
Armada,
Xbox.
Armada, H books, Mango. I need a fucking list.
Come on.
Alright.
Do it now off the top of your head.
M2 King. I don't know. You can't rank PP.
Do it.
Can't you?
You're right.
You just
Yeah,
straight
don't-
up can't.
Don't rank TP at all. Lefo?
Alright, PP.
Leffen.
Taking Lefo at 5th?
Leffen didn't play.
Leffen.
That's
Plub,
perspective skill, guys. That's the
Flop.
flaw.
All right. What?
Plub. God damn it! I want to say SFAT, but I don't know. I had to look at all.
As
of
a
it.
mod of SFAT's chat, I think you're
This is a
obligated.
controversial opinion. I think SFAT is above Plup.
I think so too.
Okay, never mind. That is controversial. I
no.
expected.
No, I agree because
Now that we've
Plup
settled
beat HBox and he's beaten Mango. I think more than SFAT has. Or wait, they only both beat him once.
But he hasn't touched Armada, Mewtwo King, Leffen. I don't know if he's played. He hasn't even played Plup at all.
Oh, wait. maybe
Mango
you're
is
right,
the
yeah.
softest
Yeah,
god
he
for
is-
sure.
Yeah,
Plup definitely got 3rd at EVO.
Yeah, he's
that
sick,
was the
dude.
sick placement.
Plup's the one.
Okay,
I
yeah,
would
never
say
mind.
Plup is
Plup above
just-
SFAT.
Yeah, that's my reasoning. But SFAT over Westballs. I don't know what Westballs has done this year.
Wow.
I would say SFAT, Westballs.
Yeah, I would say SFAT just because of the consistency. Westballs is not.
That's 8, and then 9 MacD because he's obviously top 10 in the world.
I
Yes,
agree.
of course.
Thank
Thank you, the Reddit comment
After
section
that.
from Press Start.
Yeah.
9.
Or,
Who's
I'm
left?
yelling.
Who's
Axe.
left?
Would you put Axe at 9?
Axe,
hell yeah,
The
Axe.
64th. Wait, did he make it in top 64? He didn't. 65th.
Oh, that hurts.
Rip.
But I'm not going to take that from him.
Wow. So what? Okay, so R2 D-Lu, number 10.
For sure. I'm going to go look at the shit. What, Shroomed, I guess? I feel like that's the boring
Oh,
answer.
fuck. I forgot Shroomed was I think
is a
Shrooms
man.
might be above West
Is
Balls.
Shroom 10 though?
What about on East
Shrooms
Coast?
might be above West Balls. What?
What about like Cobalt? Cobalt got 9th at Genesis.
Cole sucks, dude. He's been so.
What about Zoo? He got 9th at Evo.
It's true.
I
got 9th at a
Just had
weekly.
one really good thing.
I've never gotten 9th in my life. Never fucking will.
I've actually never gotten 9th at a weekly. I think I would quit Melee if I got 9th at a Colorado.
Have you?
weekly.
Wait, Zeke, have you ever gone 0-2?
No, never. Not in Colorado.
God fucking damn it. I had this conversation with Scott, too. He's never gone 0-2. Noah, the
Gosh,
Bowser player.
Oh no, he's got 1-2.
Yeah, Noah has never gone 0-2. I've gone 0-2 more times than I've not gone 0-2. I've said that before. God,
I think
you
Scott
fucking
went 0-2 at the Arcadian. if that
privileged
counts.
Mars players. What, he went 0-2 at the Arcadian?
I'm almost positive he did.
I'm gonna
Johnny,
dude, I'm
S2J.
Oh shit, yeah,
100%.
S2J.
Number 10 is
SJ 10?
S2J.
For
Yeah,
sure.
over Shroomed.
Well, what about Wizzy? Is Wizzy better than S2J?
I think.
I don't think so.
I don't think his peaks are as high.
Yeah. Wizzy had some good placings, but he also had some not
Wizzy
good placings.
definitely has a loss to Alex 19.
Ooh, so does Silent Wolf.
That's
Get
true.
fucked.
Yeah, so does Crush. So that's why Crush is 90th in the world.
Jesus Christ, he's like poison. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Zeke has all the answers. He's just fucking with us right now. But you know,
I have it all in my back pocket.
he's
right
bound to secrecy, sworn to silence.
now.
and that's okay.
I swore Top against my asshole. that I wouldn't tell
Taffakins
anyone
will
else.
come over and just whine and bitch outside your window for a day, and no one wants to deal with that. So
Slime, you go. Who's your list?
what? No, I agree with that.
You
We
agree
kind of
with
worked it out together, didn't we?
Yeah, it was more of a group.
I'm not gonna go
project
through
than
3
anything
fucking
else.
top 10 lists where we all say the same thing. Basically, it's not gonna happen.
Or I
boys.
think H-Bucks is a compelling.
Okay,
argument.
well then just
Suck
do
a
the 6
dick.
to 10. But we already decided on that. Whatever.
All right, our group top 10 list. There you have it, folks. Criticize away.
You think Cyrex will be on it?
Hell
For top
yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think easily. He might be. They haven't released like the official numbers. All they've done is like X'd out the people who aren't going to make it. So the order's still kind of scrambled. So I don't know anyone besides
Right.
the top 10, obviously.
Whose blurbs
but I
did you
think-
write? Wait, whose blurbs did you write?
I literally hopped on every Marth player that I saw because no one knows the Marth.
Yeah, how
like
many
me.
times did you use the word tipper in all of them?
None. I think I might have used it 0 times. I actually know for a fact.
What's the most overused word you use that's not like an indefinite article or like a pronoun or something?
Probably. Oh, okay. I was going to say despite, but
Despite.
Despite
Oh, okay.
being a fucking
Preposition?
cuck.
most overused. Probably. Well, okay. So a lot of the Marth players were already. All the top Marth players were already claimed. Like PPE was already claimed, obviously. Who else? Zane was claimed, and I really wanted to write Zane's blurb. So all I was left with were like Ty, who's sick.
Yeah.
Smash God, Arc, and there was another one, Vro from Chicago.
Bro.
And so I just like dug into all their files. Oh, I had Swift Base from New England as well, and it made me realize that he's going to be on top 100, and he like does not deserve to be. It makes me so sad. I love you, Swift Base.
Wow.
I think your Marth is sick, but like all of his results were so bad. They were like awful.
rude.
It made me sad because like I know people are going to overlook that. No one's going to go through every single bracket that every top 100 player is going to be like, oh, he lost to this player and this player. But I did because I had to write his blurb and find out who his good wins were. He had no good wins. He took Reno to Game 5 and lost, and that was about the pinnacle of his 2016.
Rip.
Damn.
And
Are you going to bring that up to someone?
No, I'm going to let it ride. If he gets in the top 100, there's hope for me, dude.
That's true.
All I have to do is
Ezekiel's.
perform at like 2 majors, and they're like, oh, he fucking beat Dink Douglas in a best of 3.
We can all ride on the coattails of Swift Base into
Yeah.
top 100 territory into the sunset.
So Captain Base Roll. Where do you think he's going to jump to?
Probably like mid 70s, maybe.
It's really?
Is this not
I'm
okay to
thinking-
talk
I'm
about?
thinking
Since you have
for
the list,
sure.
should we stop asking you questions? I just wanted to know about your blurbs.
Oh no! I mean, I'm not leaking anything. This is all speculation on my part. None of this is confirmed one way or the other.
Oh, okay. I don't want to get
Um,
you in trouble with the NASA boy.
Taffel.
I'm thinking
No.
he's going to be top 50. Easy.
What?
He's
I don't think
beat
so.
PPU.
Me too.
He
So what?
has some-
Everybody has.
He has sick wins. Like,
But,
he's
like,
very
okay.
consistent. He's like broken out. Like he's not Swift Base.
Fair enough.
Okay, so the thing is, like, I'm sure you follow them all on Twitter, and they all tweet their lists of wins, like everyone did for that 1 week. Like, if you look at Connor the Kid's wins, you're like, oh shit, this guy's like a top 20 player. But then you look at his losses. You look at his losses, and you're like, how did this happen? Like,
Who did?
and no one's going to include their losses.
I think
right?
Luigi
like,
Kid beat Face Roll at a
Luigi Kid beat Face Roll, and he beat Connor. So by like
Connor lost to Emchi, by the way. Never getting on the list, dude, for the rest of his life.
I lost to Emchi at Big House.
Did you?
Really?
You played Emchi?
Yeah, I played him for a top, 150 or whatever. And then afterwards, he lost to some like decent player. I forgot who it was.
Oh.
I took a game though, so that was cool.
Yeah, Emchi's good. California or SoCal is a Marth problem. Diaz in San Diego, but other than that, it's like a bunch of tier 3 Marths that aren't bad. But that's why Mike Hayes looked, I think, so lost against M2K. Also just because he's M2K, but also like Mike started practicing tech skill at the end of his third game because he was like all pissed off.
Yeah,
it is actually kind of weird. I can't think of any good SoCal, like any great SoCal Marths, I should say.
Yeah, there's like Mango, but
he dropped Marth pretty much. I don't know what happened to that shit.
No, that was only for hacks, dude. I don't know actually. I wish he would enter monthlies again, like with secondaries. Like fuck, you don't have to play Fox. Just like play your Mario, dude. Let's ride.
Do you think the reason he doesn't enter is like at all because of ego? He knows that he can lose to West Balls.
Maybe, yeah. I've thought about that. I've also thought about like, I don't know, Norwalk's kind of a drive from like Pomona sometimes. I don't know, like
everyone else does it.
I know, but we're all shitters, right? But like SSS, like he can sit at home and play Dark Souls and earn like $4,000 instead of going and hanging out at a tournament. He doesn't want to play friendlies because that's not fun for top players anymore, I guess. West Balls just sleeps all the time at tournaments, but I feel like there's a lot of reasons, but I think ego is definitely one of them. Like, and also just you don't want to catch shit. You don't want to drop a game to Luigi Kid and have to deal with fucking people yelling at you about it, right?
Reddit saying Luigi Kid's a top 15 player the next day.
You go to enough weeklies, you're gonna fucking get some bad losses.
Exactly. So
that's another thing too. Like, okay, a lot of our wins and losses in Colorado, and I'm sure this is how it is all over the U.S. wherever there's a Melee scene. When you go to a weekly, you're just so much more prone to lose to someone that plays you often than like someone.
Exactly.
Like that's why the monthlies are weighed so heavily when it comes to PR, because it's like, okay, there's a Fox player named Crow who beat Bobby Frizz in the set at Revelation. By the way, it kind of blew everyone's mind. And no one thought he was that good.
It's lit
because he's not even close to PR. Like
Colorado PR.
Yeah, and he beat number 1 in Kansas. And we were just like, oh shit! Like where did this come from?
Nice.
But he's from Colorado Springs. He's like my static doubles partner when we're here. And we play all the time, and he always comes really close to beating me. Like it always goes to like last game or whatever. But he also has like a choking problem. But he finally took a set off me, and I was so nervous that set was like gonna forever change how like we played our sets. Like you know how it is when you beat someone you can't beat for a while.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you're like, I can do this now. I can just beat him every single time.
Yes.
And so I thought that was gonna be like the day that I just kept getting mollywopped by Crow. But the sets are still pretty like heavily skewed in my favor. But the thing is, no one's going to look at that one loss because it's 1 out of like 50. And so Mango has like nothing to lose and everything to lose, nothing to gain from that. It's like if he wins, okay, Mango won an SSS. If he loses, it's like, oh shit, Mango lost to S2J and Reno for 9th place or whatever. So.
But yeah, MIOM. In the end, does it really matter? That's what Linkin Park asked us many, many years ago.
It's fun. It's a goal. It's something to strive for. I think it's good for the scene, regardless of whether or not it's that accurate.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tafo is good for the scene.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to admit, but he really does pull everything together. He pulls everything together. But yeah, what else are we going to talk about? Hold on. How far are we running? We just
controller mods
talked for a long ass time. How long did you guys bitch about netplay for? I should have started this earlier.
I think we bitched for like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
On netplay?
It took me at least 4 minutes to fucking mollywop him. Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. But yeah, I guess the other hot, spicy
Another
issue.
Nasty from the pasty.
Is the fucking hitbox.
Oh, it looks so much fun.
I just want to use a hitbox. I just want to use arcade stick. Controlling mouse.
It looks fun. It looks
it looks like bullshit. I fucking hate that thing, and not because of the fucking it'll change the game. I hate it because I don't have a fucking joystick. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. It needs a goddamn joystick, dude. And what I didn't even know is that this company, this guy, I guess, he made these same controllers for like Street Fighter. I'm like, okay, sure, like that seems kind of weird and unnecessary, but whatever floats your boat. But it's like, why couldn't some normal arcade maker take an interest in Melee? God, that would be so cool. But no, we get the fucking hitbox where you gotta like use a button to fucking tilt. It's so dumb.
So angry, God.
much. I hate it. But you know what I did? I also love the idea that like Blur made it like a vlog about it, and then like the like Gravy made one, and then the creator of Hitbox made one, and they're all like having this strained out conversation with each other.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, because like
telephone from childhood-esque.
Yeah, it's not happening in real time. It's just like, oh, he said this. Let me get on the internet.
They're all trying to win the community support, right? They
Yes.
have to do it, like in public. The moment one person does it, they all have to.
Right. It's just really funny to watch this unfold as each new video comes out or whatever. But I did watch them all actually because work is slow. And the one with the creator of it, he seems like a nice guy. He looked like he was about to cry, dude. Oh my! I wanted to just support him just because of that. I was like, Jesus, don't. Come on, it's gonna be okay. Like, yeah, just put it in Genesis. It's gonna be fine, dude. But yeah, it's very weird. As much as I hate the hitbox, the guy seems like he really does care about the product, or at least enough to not feel like a slimy man trying to infiltrate the scene and make money or whatever. So
I appreciate what it's doing, as long as even if you fucking hate that
there's no fucking
joystick.
stick. It doesn't make sense.
It looks satisfying to play for me. Like the buttons, they look
Really, that D-pad looks
tactile.
satisfying for you.
Yes.
Oh my god, kill
They
yourself.
look tactile and beautiful. And it looks fun. It's
It
changed.
does look fun. I love arcade
Anyone
sticks.
who uses the word tactile in defense of the hitbox automatically loses my support. So I'm out.
Anyone named Zeke automatically loses.
My name's fucking Ezekiel Garrett. Huh? What do you think about
Ezekiel,
that?
it's from the Bible,
That's
Neeper.
biblical.
Jesus. God,
Okay,
sometimes.
take
I'm
your
gonna
little
fucking rate that one a star of David out of 10.
Star of David. You're getting the Discord Star of David emoji for that one, dude. You better
Take your
fucking
sheep
watch
and
out.
Herd them out of here. 'Cause I have none of your shit. That's a squid emoji.
I couldn't find the star of David. It was close enough.
But
It'll have to suffice for now.
I don't know.
I think ban it, dude. Fucking get it out of my game.
Why?
What's your ideas for sick
God
ass?
hates
Don't
hitbox.
It's like get off my lawn type of thing. Don't tread on
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking, I hate it so much.
If
dude.
it had a
It's
joystick, would you like it?
like, no, I just think that
You guys are
it's,
fucking losers. You have
It-
no.
it benefits
No fun.
Fox players more than anything else. Of course you would like it. Of
I
course
would
you
play
would.
Marth with it.
Why would it? Oh, for my fucking sick ass pivot up tilts.
If it had a
don't-
joystick, it wouldn't be
Bitch,
benefiting Fox
I don't
players so
even
much.
care about the pivot technology.
Well, you
I would
should, 'cause
play it
it's
for
sick.
anything else. Okay, yeah, it'd be pretty sick. But
Just dash dance with pivots, like slowly take space with pivot up tilt. Oh my god!
slowly empty pivot at him. It's like, oh shit, is he gonna do something now?
Is it an empty pivot just a normal dash dance?
Empty pivots where you do the turnaround animation, but it's not to input something. It's literally just a turnaround and you stop.
Oh wow, it's fucked up.
So it makes all tech so much easier. So instead of like going for a pivot F smash with Marth, you get empty pivot F smash, and rather than have one frame,
You
it
got
has like
one plus the
frame
future
and,
frames.
and then infinite whatever you have after
Right.
that. Yeah.
1 plus n
So
frames.
people think you're sick, but you're like actually just missing the frame per everyone. You're like, yeah, I got a freebie.
That's so.
So
funny,
everyone on
dude.
commentary is like, wow, such a
So no. That's a okay. So for Zeke, it's a no. Stay out of my house. You fucking ban it.
Fuck
Go to that
Brady,
guy's
even though
house and
he's
pee
cool.
in his mailbox. It's over. For Neeper's like, yeah, let's ride because I play Fox.
Hang on. I haven't given my full opinion. I have
boy.
to say no, just for the precedence it sets. But I'm just saying you guys are no fun. You suck.
Well, I
Dude.
mean, all of a sudden, everyone
quitting.
suddenly has to use a hitbox. Everyone does.
That's true. Well, I mean, that's
Because
like
there's
that's
no
a corner
reason why
kid
you
type
would
of
want
thing. That's a corner kid thing, right? Like because corner kids already do like the modded controllers and they got the clear shell and all this shit, and they don't even know how to fucking L cancel, right? So I feel like it's good for like the economy, but bad for us because I don't know. We have to deal with those kind of people, at least in a social sense. I don't know.
You know, people just want to have fun.
Shut up,
trying to-
Neeper. God, here you go again with your shit.
You probably own several Tri-Wings, you fucker.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, just because I owned 6, because they were
Holy
cheaper.
shit, that's
and
like 18 wings, dude.
It's a lot of wings. It's too many wings for you.
well, I had 1 originally, and then we lost it for a while, and then my roommate bought 6.
I might as well just buy 6.
because they were the super
case
cheap
I lose
plastic ones.
5.
It was cheaper in the bulk, and you couldn't buy it as an add-on item because
I'm not saying being a custom boy is cool, but like Melee's so hard that you gotta learn a lot of things before you start. I don't know, being all weird with your controller. But then again, if it gets more people to play, I guess. Like now, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I used to be like, fuck that. Now I'm like,
this controller makes heater canceling more easy to do. Blah blah blah. And meanwhile, they try to do it and then just air dodge off stage.
yeah, it's like, oh, this is still hard, but. Okay,
it's like, I don't know. To me, it's like a shortcut to getting good because people are like, if I master the hitbox, there's no reason for me to go back to a GameCube controller because all the tech that I would have had to learn is just at my dispense.
I feel like shortcut should be in quotes, though, because it's not a shortcut to getting good because Melee's fucking hard, right?
Kinda, I guess. I don't know. Like, if you want to fucking get your freebie F-tilt or pivot F-tilts or whatever, pivot, whatever the fuck you want. Pivot's a hard tech. It's like 1 frame,
yes.
1/60th of a second. But if you can do it consistently, then it suddenly is like it's like wave dash, and you can just do it and just learn the rhythms.
So you're saying it would seriously give an edge?
I think if someone mastered the hitbox, like if they learn how to use it fully, which I mean, if people learn how to do it with a GameCube controller in like a couple of years, there's suddenly no reason to use a GameCube controller, and then everyone has to convert to hitbox. Otherwise, you're just using an archaic technology to do something that people are doing easily now.
Fair enough. And you know what would solve all of this is a fucking joystick.
Thank you. Good night.
No, yeah, but yeah, okay. So is that your whole spiel, Neeper?
Well, the precedence being like, oh, you can do some fucking like bullshit mods in your own controller.
Right. That's what Blur was talking about for like a fucking half hour, which is really interesting to think about. I've never thought about those mods before, but that would be kind of sick to have like an actual shield drop button or like a multi-shine button. Just like hold it down.
Oh, yeah. What I was thinking was my brother, back in the old days when I was in like junior high and shit, and he played Call of Duty, he modded his controller to have this little button on the back grip. It was just like a tiny little nipple, and you could press it and it would fire your gun as fast as possible. I was thinking that you could do that to your GameCube controller and multi-shine so fucking fast. And just like, out of nowhere.
As fast as the game allows.
Yeah, it would be so goddamn funny to just run up to someone and then hold the button. Hold the button.
Like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
Like, sorry, I picked this game like 2 weeks ago. Fucking 20XX games.
My favorite player is Hex. Yeah. I don't know, like, is that a thing? I don't even care, to be honest. But yeah, it might set a precedent for mods, but I don't think so, because like if you have just the hitbox controller, then all you say is it's hitbox and it's GameCube. That's all you get, guys. You know, you draw the line.
It feels very arbitrary, though.
Sure, but I mean, Melee is arbitrary. 4 stocks are arbitrary. 8 minutes are arbitrary. All this shit is arbitrary.
Well, it's what's set, right? Like it's what we
before
have.
You got here, but before that, it wasn't, right? I'm just saying, like, all this is a moment in time in which you are around for when the rules are getting established, and it's a privilege, I guess, but it's also sort of worrying if the way you've always known things will be different. But before that, nothing was there, right? No rules, items on. Zeke?
Yeah.
I'm done with this argument. Neeper tilted me.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be sick to start modding my controller just to like cheat at games and win. That's pretty fucking fun.
I don't like, even if people do like not even real mods where they just take the spring out of their L button. That just makes me like.
You don't like that? I do that. Me and Neeper are both do it. This is 2/3 of a springless R button podcast right now.
Yeah, I know, but it's like icky to me. Not saying like it's fucking game breaking, but like when I try it, I like my good old vanilla. My buttons stick when I press them sometimes.
Well, I like my hands. And pressing the triggers is by far the most taxing thing.
Yeah, well, okay, here's my opinion on the spring. Like, I only take it out because I use R to wave dash, and I use L for everything else in the game that needs a trigger. So
You do wave dash with R.
So I wave dash with R, and so like it's I don't need that analog. I straight up just don't fucking need it, dog. I don't need it to be there, so it's gone. But for L, obviously, I still have for light shielding stuff and soft L cancels. But like, I wouldn't play any other way. Oh, I love it so much. My wave dashes are some baby crispy baby.
Okay.
No,
You're such a purist. I didn't think
mind
you'd be
people
such a
are wrong.
purist with your Star of
Yeah.
David emojis and.
I rated that one crying, laughing emoji out of 10.
I don't know. It will be interesting to see how this plays out, boys. But yeah. So we're going to Genesis, yeah?
Oh, yeah. We're riding to Genesis on the back
baby.
of each other.
On the back of each
Everything was
other,
according to plan.
on a big sweaty caravan of boys.
What day is it? What day is
19th
it?
through the 22nd.
It's January.
Next week.
Next week. I hope you're ready.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fuck. I need to see if
It's a midweek tournament, Nieper. Wednesday, Thursday.
It's Wednesday,
Tuesday,
Thursday, and then
Tuesday.
next Thursday. So you got to kind of plan for it. Yeah, no, it would be cool. I was trying to think of something like funny we could do at the tournament itself. Like, you know how people like interview players and shit? I would want to go around with like a camera, like interviewing like shitters that went 0-2 and just like pretending that they're like really sick
But
players.
you
Like,
had that idea like forever ago, didn't you?
did I?
I feel like you suggested that on a podcast much before my time when I listened in before this was just a dream.
Before you
I used
made
to be
it.
that boy that listened to the podcast, and here I am.
Yeah. I
Into the next
do think I
generation.
remember that. I want to actually do it this time because last time was different because Griffin didn't go and Damien didn't go, but this time we'll be there and like now I'm like taking stuff seriously and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah.
At the very least, you could bring around a recorder and like just like ask people shit and then play the recordings on the podcast.
That would be so
That's
sick.
that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
actually,
Okay,
yeah.
so how about that's the email prompt? If you guys can think of something funny we could do, like content wise for Genesis, and come back to you like from the harvest, just email us. Also, this kind of got to me. This will be what we'll end on. But so I did the Pikachu article, right, and it got put on Reddit, and someone was talking about the podcast in the comments of the Reddit thread, and they were like, yeah, you guys should check out the podcast. It's really funny, and it's great for weekly content. And that word actually triggered me
Yeah.
so hard. Like, and
Why?
that was like a nice thing to say. I like appreciate that person just even taking the time to say that. But like, I felt like so reduced to the idea of like, it's content. Here's the content. It's like that's what you put in a fucking glass of water. Like,
You're being consumed.
it's so weird, dude. I don't like that word actually at all. So please refer to the Bad Melee podcast as content from now on. And I'll just be forever triggered. God, it's so
Rubo.
like Magic Scrumpy would be like, I'm really excited to start making new content for people. Like, fuck content. Content is so fleeting. It's like, it's something you just put there to exist. God, that fucked me up thinking about that. But
Oh shit! Yeah, the Magic Scrumpy thing. Drama continued. He
Oh, yeah.
copied all the values from
SD Remix.
SC Remix. What a man.
What a dude.
I went onto his Discord, and I ended up I went there with a little bit of drama, trying to stir something up.
Like,
And he
hey,
ended up
Scrumpy,
replying
what,
to me.
did you task your breakfast this morning?
No, I was saying like, what's he gonna do about like, how is he gonna apologize about this stuff for what he did?
And then he
and we
kind
ended up
of
having
did.
this long ass talk about it, and then it was like he kind of was reasonable to an extent, and he was saying like, well, people don't know what happened. I could have set it up, and he was describing like how he set everything up. Like, I reset the timers. I just told people what to do, and he's like, I did set up a few of them.
What?
I'm like, okay, this could seem reasonable to some extent. I cannot know for sure. And while I'm talking to you, I'll be civil and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But you just can't be silent and be like a bitch about it and then complain and leave the community because you're just going to bitch about it. And then it's kind of proven on Reddit that he did TAS all of it.
Right.
And then even furthermore, he copied all of his content from his channel, like the beef of it, from another fucking thing that he plagiarized. Like, holy shit, dude.
Like, come on. Like,
Levels, true levels.
he just doesn't.
Like I went from blind
And
hate.
no one sought into it until the first part came to fruition, and then everyone was like, "Let's see what else this guy's been
Yeah.
up to."
How
We all
could
took him. We all trusted him.
we did. We trusted him with our feelings. That combo video was sick. God.
Yeah. I wonder if I don't even fucking know.
I don't know. It takes a really kind of weird person to just blatantly steal things and pass it off as your own, or fake
then-
something, and then just kind of say, "So what?"
Okay.
Like,
I'm
fuck you.
also,
Say
I'm not going
nothing
to
else.
justify it, but he is like 19 years old.
That's true too, and I've thought about that too. You know, he's a
Which means that
little
when he
fucker.
started making this shit, he was like 17 and a half or 18.
Right.
Which means the first glimpse of success you have when you're 18, you're like, fuck it, I don't have to go to college.
Yeah. This is the
I can
way.
just make Melee videos.
I can
And,
just
like,
make content. I'll get paid
and
for my content.
I'm sure that when he did it, like at the beginning, it was all in good, like fun, and he was enjoying it, and he was actually putting his heart into it. But then as it got on, like as more and more exposure got in, people don't realize that making content once you like have a following suddenly becomes
Becomes an
like a
obligation.
job. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Like Twitch streamers. Like Twitch streamers, they start off and like, oh, I'm getting paid to play video games. This is sick. But like Raynad is like one of the top like Hearthstone streamers. He talks about it all the time in his stream. He's like, if I didn't get paid for this, like the way that I was, I wouldn't be doing this. And it's just once it becomes that job, you look for an easy way out again. And I guess he just
Right. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. And I think about that sometimes with the site too. Like, it was 6 months between articles, and now I'm like, I have a couple guys trying to write stuff, and I'm like, do I really want to go down this road again? Like, feeling guilty for not posting anything for months, and then doing it, and then like saying I will. Like, who knows?
Getting a bunch of support and love from the community who
Yeah,
enjoy
dude,
consuming your content.
The what scares me? Okay, so this what happened. Back when Griffin had the site and he was doing his initial posts, like the best of Smashboards and the why your Falco sucks and shit like that, he posted on that, and he posted it like to Reddit, and they would get like sick like response, like 2,000 karma or whatever, because that's how you measure that. And then he came out with a couple more, and it started dwindling. And then he came out with Best of Smashboards number 3. Got like 50 fucking points. It died. It died. And I was like, that is a weird feeling. Do you continue to do it? Do you not? Like, what are you doing it for? That very scenario asks you, what are you doing this for? And luckily, I got to ask myself that question way early on, and I said, well, I'm just going to do it because I like to write. But, Griffin, he was kind of bummed out about that, right? So content creation it's just an inherently flawed idea, and content consumption. The word content is ruining the world. Oh my God.
Find a synonym.
Find a
Come on, you're
synonym.
like a
Email me
human
synonyms.
thesaurus. Yeah.
Email me synonyms because I can't do it. But yeah, that's we're gonna wrap her up here. But yeah, so send us emails of how to fuck with people at Genesis.
Hang on, I want to hear the story of like how you first got into bad melee.
How I got
Just the story of your relationship with Griffin.
Basically, he did the Why Your Main Sucks Falco edition, and I read it, and I was like, this guy is a really good writer. Like, holy shit. I was very, very impressed, and I was also surprised I hadn't heard of him before. So I just, like, talked to him. I was like, hey, that article is really amazing, dude. And he's like, thank you. And I was like, I have the same thoughts in my head swirling around. Could I maybe write for your site? And he's like, yeah, sure. And that's that. The end.
Aww.
Then I wrote the Anatomy of a Local article, and then the Genesis 3 article, which I maintain is my favorite one, so whatever.
You just asked him about doing a podcast?
Yeah, and then so I was doing a couple articles, and then I was like, dude, I've always really wanted to do like a Melee podcast, and like, you have an audience, let's fucking do it. And he's like, okay. And so yeah, everything I just suggested to him, he's like, okay. And that was it. So yeah.
Aw, that's cute.
But speaking of Griffin, he might be on next week, guys. I don't want to fucking speak too soon, but he's been hitting me up on Twitter. He's done with his school for the year or whatever. He might come on the podcast.
And this is okay. If this goes up, I'm sure it will by the time that Griffin's on, next week or whatever. And he just so happens to hear this part. going back to Anthony's relationship with Griffin, it was always weird for me because Anthony was this guy who lived in Colorado, which is my state, and he only went to his local Fort Collins tournaments. Never did he travel for like any of the monthlies or whatever. So I didn't get to meet him face to face at all. We met once face to face. I think that was it. We didn't even meet. I just saw him, and I may or may not have seen me.
You were starstruck, and you couldn't say anything.
Well, the thing is, to me, I tell this to Anthony like pretty frequently. I think Griffin might be one of the smartest people that I've ever like met, or not met, but like seen his work like come to life. And I just read it, and I just automatically know that this guy is inherently a genius. Like,
he's super smart. He has a huge ego, so don't tell him that. But
I know, don't tell him that. But I said the same thing about Anthony. Like, all of Anthony's, when I was reading the Pikachu article, and I was like, proofreading it or whatever, I was reading it, and I genuinely laughed. And so few things make that happen for me. And so if Griffin's going to come on, it's going to be cool to. He's always, whenever he posted on Colorado Smash, or whenever he talked about, like, I would listen to the podcast back when I was a Wii fanboy. And like I would listen to him talk, and I was like, "Holy shit! This guy thinks of our scene exactly the same way that I do. He just has the balls to say it." And so that's just cool to me that Griffin like kind of started this thing that I'm able to be a part of now. And so
agreed. Yeah, it was his balls that made all of this possible, basically. Which
everyone tweet Griffin, please, and thank him for his balls.
Tweet him and thank his balls for us. I'll thank his balls.
SSBM_verbal.
That's right.
Give him the emoji balls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rate that one emoji balls out of 10 for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So see you next week, hopefully with Griffin on, and we'll be bringing you more content. Unfortunately. Good night.
Thank you.
You're so reluctant.
I've played with you before.
Colorado.
Your ping was so bad you thought you could beat me with your Falcon. I was actually so tilted. Oh my god.
I could beat you with my Falcon. I literally jumped off screen and Falcon punched Zeke, 0, and I still almost won.
Zeke, you will never beat me with your Falcon.
Fuck you, dude. Get on NetPlay right now. My
no.
Sick.